Welcome back, Dialogue Dolls. I'm
Hello,
Sierra.
happy Monday. I'm Alyssa. Let me
Let's
turn
get
my
into it. How has your week been?
Good. I'm loving your new headband.
Thank you. Went to a
Very
girls' night
festive.
at the chiropractor, and I thought my son's super into the Grinch right now. We always love the Grinch. So
Yeah.
I wanted to support a local vendor, and I thought it was cute.
Yeah, so cute. We're very much on the same page with our head
Headgear.
accessories. Yeah, our headgear today. I didn't want to wash my hair, so a hat is what I needed to go with.
I'm loving it. I feel like you look so good in a hat.
I love a good hat.
Giving me
Um,
like sporty black SUV mom.
yeah, that's what I was going for.
Love
With
it.
this, well, I don't even know what this would be called.
Like an athletic.
Yeah, like it's not a jacket, but it's not a shirt. I don't know what it is, but that's what I was going for.
I was not going to wash my hair today. I had to wear my hair up to the girls' night thing yesterday because I took it down and it was like legit like and I was like, "Oh, that's not going to work. We're putting you back
Yeah.
in a bun." And I wasn't
Yeah.
going to wash it this morning, but the boys picked out jeans and this shirt and my heels for me, so I was like, "Okay,
Cute.
fine. I'll wash my hair so I look human for you guys."
Fun. I know. I would have needed to wash my hair regardless this morning because and but then last night we went out and I did like a half up, half down because it was kind of
Ew.
greasy. So I just like threw it up and I just like hairsprayed the shit out of it. So then this morning it's like not good on top.
I mean, it doesn't look crusty at all, so we're here for
Yeah,
it.
thank goodness for the hat. I mean, other than your girls' night, how was your week?
It's been good. I've got a sick husband, and so he's been pushing through it, but he hasn't been able to work on the kitchen as much because he did try one day when he was not feeling good, and then he like kind of messed up and he was like, I shouldn't be in here. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Get out.
Yeah.
So the kitchen's still work in progress. The hardest thing that we've had to decide on is what do you think?
This, I feel like there's so many things. The backsplash
No, actually, that
thing.
is hard too.
I
But
think
the sink, I like
that
don't know
was
why.
originally going to be my first guess, and then
We finally like picked one right before I came into podcast. I was like, you know what? Just order it because I'm like, I give both of us are just like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that could look good. I don't know. That could look good.
yeah.
So that's been hard. We ran into a couple at Home Depot right now or Lowe's, and they were like an older couple picking out stuff. And they're like, yeah, we have to redo our house because we had a fire. And I was like, that's weird for like Indiana to have like a fire is strange. And they're like,
Mhm.
yep, somebody drove through our house and it hit the gas lines and the house. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
And the like older lady was with a cane. And I was like, well, were you guys there? Like, and they're like, yep, we were there. We just got out in time. I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad you're
That is
okay. And
crazy.
I was like, poor things. They were over 60. Like,
I love how
oh,
like nonchalant they sound about it. They're just like, yeah, it happened. That's so
I
funny.
know.
I saw this clip of a comedian and it was a short clip and he was saying something about a certain group of people and he was like, "Don't worry, I'm not going to make any jokes about you guys." He's like, "Because I know you aren't funny." I think he was talking to like a certain political group or something, but he was doing stand-up comedy. So it was kind of funny and they were laughing. And he's like, "I already know like you guys are getting mad at me just saying you're not funny." And then he was like, where on the opposite end of that, he was like, "Are rednecks." And he's like, "Rednecks can have the worst life." He's like, and they are so positive. They are so optimistic. He's like, you'll run into a redneck and be like, "Hey, like I haven't seen you around lately." And they'll be like, "Yeah, I was on the roof of my trailer. I got knocked down. I broke my leg, had to go to the hospital. As I'm going to the hospital, we hit the dog, like all this stuff." And then they're like, "But God bless me with another day."
I swear to God, it's my neighbors. It's like everybody's so just like they're fine. Like everything's just fine. And you're like my neighbor sold a truck to somebody and she's like, yeah, he had to sell his truck because he got a blood clot and he couldn't work. And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, but he's fine. Like he bought a new truck. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh
No,
my
that's
God.
literally what the like stand-up guy. He was like he's like the list will just keep going on. They'll be like, my daughter's getting a divorce. She went to go get the kids, like all this stuff, hit the dog, got into a car accident, accidentally left the stove on, like all this stuff. And then at the end they're like, but God's blessing with another day, so we are grateful. And you're just
They're
like,
like,
oh,
he's like, she was upstairs. And I'm like, oh my God, like,
that is
how
so
did she
scary.
make it? Like, how did you guys make it out?
They're like,
But
ain't no big thing.
they're like, at least
That's
we get to
so
redo our
crazy.
house now. She's like, the contractor called and he was like, you might as well pick everything you want. You want to change your carpet? You
Oh,
want to change anything? I was like,
now's the
well,
time.
free reno.
Yeah, seriously, I love that. I love optimism at its finest. You just
No,
like
I like
go down
that.
in flames, but you're like, it's fine.
It's
Everything's
fine.
fine. We get a new renovation.
It's like Jelly Roll. Like, I don't know. If people don't know Jelly Roll, you need to look him up. I've been showing my son videos of him, like, but his speech, Theo Vaughn, like, makes fun of him doing his speeches. And I'm like, it's so true because he's just like, he wins and he's like, his speeches are the best. They're so inspiring, but they're like
Oh,
crazy. Like, he's like, that's why the rear view is smaller than the front window. And I was like, you're right. Or than the windshield
yeah.
because you're not looking
Yeah.
back. I'm like, it's true.
Oh, cute. He's a
Ah,
cute in
he
his
is.
own way. Not like that, but
Not
like,
like that, bunny.
not like that, but like a cutie with a cutie heart.
Oh, the best. I've been like crying. I've been showing
Oh,
Arkham videos of like the home, like people reaching out to the homeless and helping them. And he's like, "Why are you crying?" I was like, "Because you treat everybody with kindness and respect. It's important." And then he's like, one of the movies he watched has jail in it, so he's been talking about jail, and I'm like trying to explain jail to him. And then that's why I showed him Jelly Roll going to the jails, and like, it's just crazy. You never know what
he's
one
like,
week of
why are you
parenting.
crying? Why aren't I crying? Is an easier
Why aren't
question.
you crying?
There's
Uh,
too many reasons. That's so funny.
so it's been a week. It's been a long parenting week, I feel like.
Yeah.
And but luckily, knock on wood, none of us are sick and P's seeming to get over it. It's
Yeah.
only been going on for like 3 days and he sounds great today. So
Good. Yeah, I've been feeling like, am I about to get sick? Like once a day, I'm feeling like that, but it's because I've been really struggling with my allergies. So it's a lot in my sinuses.
oh,
And you know how like the nose, the ear, nose, and throat, they're all kind of connected. So it's like it starts in the nose, and then I'm like, oh man, like my ears are kind of itchy, and then I'm like my throat, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, am I getting sick? But then I'll be fine. Like then
you
I'll
know
like
what you need?
and I'm fine.
I'm gonna send you a link to it. I know you don't like nose spray just like P, but
I knew you were gonna say that. I
the
was like, it's
pepper
either
nose
gonna be a
spray,
throat spray or a nose spray.
it's pepper spray nose spray. It's grandma's specialty.
Pepper spray.
It's pepper spray, but it clears it. It clears it out.
You're
Like
trying to
literally,
kill me.
the first time I was like, why did I do this? Like my grandma's like a nose spray advocate. She gave me nose spray, like prescription nose spray for the first time when I was like 6 or 7, and my nose started bleeding. And she was like, oops. I'm
Ooh.
like, Grandma. But now she's like, just take this. And it's like pepper spray. And the first few times, like literally everybody at the house, she was like, here, you need to try it. You need to do it. And they were like, oh my God, like what? So now he is like okay with nose spray.
Yeah.
And I told him do the pepper spray and it's working. It
I
worked.
might have to because I'm getting really over like the allergens. I can just like feel that there's like irritation in my nose. And, once it gets irritated, it like gets swollen inside because it's so irritated. And that's what makes it feel like it's hard to breathe. Not so much that it's stuffy and
Yeah.
that like I have to blow my nose. It's just like it's like swollen,
Narrowing. Yeah.
yeah, like the irritants in my nose are just like causing it to swell and be like inflamed. So I'll have to try that. Stay tuned because
I'll send you the link. I'm gonna order more.
maybe
She
I'll
gave us
maybe
her
I'll
old
take
one.
a video of me doing it and then we can upload it.
It'll be weird. Like
Let's
literally the
do
first
this.
time you're like, oh my God, it's legit pepper spray. It comes from Canada. It's
That
like,
is scary. I'm
but it
scared.
works. It works.
Yeah, I'm sure because at my job we give patients nasal irrigations when they're doing like a rhinoplasty. And it's because when you do a nose surgery, you can't blow your nose after surgery, but you might
Oh,
be just from just, natural from your body recovering from surgery and like being in the nose and stuff. So you might feel stuffy, but like you can't blow your nose because you kind of have like a cast on your nose usually. Um, so we'll give the nasal irrigation and it's just like the neti pot where you
And you
do it.
can do that after surgery. You can do the
Yeah.
irrigation.
Yeah.
And do they mess with anything like your nasal passages or just your like outside your nose and the cartilage?
Well, it depends if it's just for cosmetic concerns. Like if
Yeah.
you just have cosmetic concerns, then they're just gonna mess with like the bone and the cartilage. But if you have like an actual sinus problem where like, the nasal passage is super narrow, you can't breathe. A lot of people come in because they can't breathe. Um, but then they might as well like if they're going into surgery, they might as well do some
Ooh,
cosmetic changes.
cosmetic.
Yeah. Or some people,
Some
if they've
people, if
had
they've had
a broken
broken
nose or
nose or something.
something and they can't breathe that well, then they'll just fix everything. So it just depends on what like your concerns are, but if it's just for cosmetic, then it'll just be like the cartilage and the bone and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll give them like the nasal irrigation to do if they want to. They don't have to. And I have one here, but I don't have any distilled water.
Mm.
So I haven't used it, but I have used it before in the past, and it's just like a crazy feeling shooting the water into one nostril and having it come out the other side. But that would help to like flush out irritants, you
I've
know?
never done one of those.
I think you would like it because I don't mind it. And I don't know if you've seen the videos of people doing it to their kids
Yes, like where they
and it
shoot
like
something up
pushes everything out. Yeah, I'll keep you updated on my nose
nose
journey.
situation. I will say my one drawback with this piercing, I don't know if you can even see from
Mm.
like back here, is that nobody talks about that it is hard. Now I can. I mean, I just changed this recently, so it's still a little bit sensitive. It is so hard to like pick your nose. It is so hard
I
to
bet.
like blow your nose. Like after I got it pierced, I got like sick not that long after, and I was like, gosh, dang it, this is so hard because I had the straight.
I wouldn't even think of that.
I'm like, nobody talks about that. And I wish somebody, not that it would have deterred me from getting it, but it would have like been an eye opener. And like, yeah, that was like freaking hard. That was hard.
Talking about piercings, I'm gonna put my sister on blast really quick, but she got her belly button pierced not that long ago. She almost passed out. She almost passed out and she was literally like in bed the next day all day because she like didn't feel well. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, the drama with this girl." Come to find out like she went
What
to
if
this
it's been
piercer and it
infected?
was like at the no, it was at the very end of the night and the piercer had like already pierced like 40 belly buttons prior, so she was just kind of over it. And then Maddie went back and they were like, "Oh, it's because Maddie was like it hurts, like not
And
like I
did
just
you
got
look at
pierced,
it?
but different."
Like,
No,
were
I
you
never
like,
saw
that's
it in
weird?
person. Yeah, I never saw it in person. But she sent me a picture and it looked fine, but I don't know. She said that it was like hurting in a different way that a piercing would hurt. So she went back and they were like, "Oh, it's because I think they said like, the bar was too short. So she should need a longer bar so it's not squishing it." So they put a longer bar in, but it wasn't getting better. So then she went to this other piercer who she went to get her nose pierced a while ago. And
And
he
he
said like
said
that
like
they
that.
didn't pierce it right based off of her like type of belly button because everybody has like a different belly button. He was like they shouldn't have pierced you laying down. They should have made you like stand up and actually look because if they just get like the surface of it, I don't know. So then he was like, let's take this out, let it heal, and then come back in like December and we'll re-pierce it correct.
OMG. It
I
will
was
heal
like,
in that fast. I would be like, I'm waiting a year.
no, she took this was a little while ago, so she's had it out already for a little bit. Um, but yeah, I was like, oh my gosh.
It's scary. Like trying to go get a it's like
Yeah.
piercing or a tattoo is like scary. Like I would possibly get a tattoo. Financially, it's too much right now with kids. But
Hmm.
like I'm also like I we used to watch what was that tattoo show Ink Master and then you're like, "Oh my God, you're stuck
Yeah.
with that horrible."
Yeah.
you're stuck. Like, I mean, you can get it removed and but like,
God.
scary.
I know
Too
who
scary.
wants to go through that. I know. So I like felt bad because I was like, oh my gosh, like you're so dramatic. Like you almost passed out. You have a lot of ear piercings. You got your nose pierced. Like,
And the
don't be.
nose, I've heard, like, is one of the worst ones.
I was there, I think, when she got her nose, and she actually did fine. So
What
I don't
is
know.
your worst piercing?
My worst piercing, I think, was this one
Oof,
because it's not going through the back of the ear, but it's going through
goes
that
through that.
thick
Ooh,
part.
that
I
hurts
know. It was
already.
so thick. Yeah, and it's like a bigger bar. That one hurt.
Did any of your ear piercings pop? Because I always hear that.
None of mine
That I
popped.
always hear like, oh, people like it pops. I'm like,
Yeah, that's ugh. No, none of mine popped. Thank goodness. And my belly button one was like really chill. I remember when I got it and it was really
and were you sitting down, laying down, or
I
standing?
was also laying down, but I feel like
Weird.
I don't know. I feel like I have a really easy belly button
Yeah.
because it's not that deep.
Yeah.
And
The
just
skin
like
is over it, like the stretchy
yeah,
skin.
it's just like your very standard belly button and I feel like my sister's is
Does she have an Audi?
no, but it's deep.
Can
That
you
thing is
pierce an
deep.
Audi belly button?
I don't know, but that would I don't know how that would look. Went to the Audis.
I like, I don't know. I used to want my belly button. My dad was like, well, if you still want it when you turn 18, you could get it. And I was like, fine. I used to want these, but I'm glad I didn't do that. I do want this one or a Marilyn
Mm,
Monroe, but I don't want anything in my mouth. So
I
I'm
know.
not going to do it.
Yeah, I don't think I would like that.
I do
Yeah.
like when people have both sides of the nose and the septum and then they have like rings. I think that's cute. But
Oh, I don't know if I've seen that.
ooh, I've seen it like Pinteresty. Like, but yeah, they have like a normal ring or this ring here, and then they just have the loops that kind of go in. I think that's
Yeah.
super cute, but I don't know if I'll do it.
I know. I remember when I was young and I got my belly button pierced, my dad thought that I was like, because he was against it, I think. And then eventually, like 2 years later, they were like, fine, for your 17th birthday, you can do it or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then I think he got nervous that I was gonna turn into like a full-on like
Piercing.
piercing girl, which was so not my style.
No.
And I remember he might not remember this, but I vividly remember it because it scared me. And he was like, I got the belly button, and he was like, if you ever pierce your face, I'll rip it out. I'm like, oh my God, like I just pierced my belly button, like please.
Be nice to me.
Like I'm not. He's like, if you come home with piercings in your face, I'm gonna rip them out. I'm like, oh,
Okay, thanks, Dad.
I've
I know
never
my dad
mentioned
didn't want
that
me.
one.
My dad, I mean, I did this. It's been a year and a half now. I did this July 2023.
Yeah, I feel like it goes with you so well. I
Thank
love
you.
the look on you.
But everybody was like my stepmom and my dad were like, ugh. But my dad has
Oh,
no tattoos. He has no, he's like, no.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so he was like, I don't know. Like, but I feel like now they're used to it. But at first they were like, they never said anything once I got it,
yeah.
but it didn't hurt. But piercings can be expensive too, and it's scary
Oh
to
my
pick
God, they
somebody
can
to
be
go
so
to.
expensive. Right, exactly. Luckily, I've never had a bad experience with a piercer, but I just feel like that's such my sister's
Luck.
luck. Like she would get the piercer.
How
That's
much
like
did it
guaranteed.
cost?
I have no idea actually. I didn't ask her, but
And how
I don't
much did
know.
your ear piercings cost?
Uh, I don't remember. This one wasn't bad because it was just one. Um, I don't remember. The last one I did was this third hole, and I don't know actually. It's just dependent on like the jewelry you want to,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. So piercings are crazy, but yeah, we're
I
here
mean,
and it's still.
we're here. We're here for it. If you have a piercing you're desiring, go do it.
Mm.
And you can also go to
Just do
people,
your research.
yeah, do your research. And I went to somebody, so I originally looked, and then somebody was like, it was like the best person in the area. We were in Santa Barbara at the time. And it
Yeah.
was like the best person in the area. And it was like over $300. And I was like, I have a kid. I live in an RV. I cannot justify spending that on myself,
Yeah. Yeah.
not including like the jewelry. And I was like, no. And everybody left reviews. And he was like the best person. I asked people around town that I had it. And I was like, where did you get that done? Like, and they were like, oh yeah, like this guy. But when I read reviews, everybody was like super rude, like really annoyed at you if you flinch, like anything. And I was like, I need somebody that's gonna be like kind because I'm kind of
Yeah.
nervous about it. And like, I don't like,
Yeah. That's a
so
crazy
I
expectation.
found somebody who worked at a piercing shop. She's established, but she had just recently started piercing septums. So she was like, well, I don't actually charge for it. You'll just have to pay for the jewelry, but I'm in my testing stage. And she sent me some of the ones she had done, and I was like, so she was like, essentially the piercing's free. We just pay for the jewelry. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's at a shop. So then I looked at what she had done, and I was like, you know what? I'm giving her a shot. And I loved her. So
I know the guy that Maddie went back to, the one that pierced her nose. I remember he was super nice. So when she went to him, like, help, like, what's going on with my belly button piercing, he said, like, let it heal so that it doesn't scar, and then we'll do it again the
why didn't
correct
you go
way.
back to him the first time?
I know. Because it was like a late night like
Choice.
thing. It wasn't like planned. I think it was just like, let's go get my belly button pierced.
Oh, girl.
I know. So she said that he wouldn't charge her, which I thought was kind of
That
him.
is
It
nice.
wasn't his fault, you know, but so I thought that was nice. But yeah, I don't think I would get any face piercings. I thought about a little stud on my nose, but
I
I
could
don't
see
know.
you with that. It's super cute.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was just really into like the ear piercings lately, but
And I have my ears pierced, but I don't wear anything because I'm allergic to metals, like certain metals, so I have to get the titanium. So I
me
need to
too.
order titanium ones that have the rounded back. I don't know, do yours have a normal back or the rounded?
This one's a hoop. These ones have the flat backs.
That's what I need because I just need some that I'm not gonna have to take out.
Yeah, and mine I was having to take out because I was allergic also, and they would get so itchy and
Oh, I
red
hate
and
that
so
feeling.
irritated. This one I got at the jewelry shop, and then this one too. So these ones don't bother me, but these ones were bothering me. So I went on Amazon, and there's a company, and it's called um I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Pavoi or something like.
Pavor? Yeah.
And
Well, I'm gonna look them up.
they're pretty inexpensive and really good quality, and that's what these are. I don't know if you could see them, but
Those are cute.
yeah, and this one too. And
Okay,
they're
I'm
the
gonna
flat.
look at it.
Yeah. And
And you got
I leave
titanium.
them in 24/7 and I shower with them. I don't take them out. And they haven't caused me any like tarnishing or
Can you
irritation.
send me a link
Hmm.
after this? Because yeah,
Yeah.
I go through Pierce Universe because I had ordered some on Amazon for my nose that were titanium. They were so small because my hole is really high up.
Mm.
And I could not get it. It wouldn't fit. And I was like, shoot. And I actually mean to send you the hoop because it's a small, cute hoop, but I couldn't. I tried to
Yeah.
put it on my side ear right here, but couldn't get it in there either. So,
Interesting. Yeah, I'll send you the link because I really like them. And I also have like bracelets from them and they have a
oh,
lot of cute
cute.
stuff. So yeah, and I like it because so far they haven't tarnished or anything and they're not, I mean, they're not like
And I'll
cheap,
put
cheap,
the
but
link in the YouTube video and
yeah,
Spotify, I think too.
yeah, I love them. So check them out if you want some good quality jewelry for not like,
Ton of money.
yeah,
Perfect because Christmas is right around the corner.
exactly. I might, speaking of Christmas, I'm probably gonna Christmas decorate this weekend.
We're having to wait till the kitchen is done. Arkham keeps being like, "Can we take this out? Can we take this?" I'm like, "Please just wait till the kitchen is semi put together because
Please,
I'm gonna lose
please.
my mind. We gotta move the couches. Right now, our coffee table is our kitchen. It's horrible. I have
Oh
the
my
Instapot
gosh.
on there and I'm just cooking.
Gotta do what you
So
gotta do.
you got to do what you got to do. It would be easier without children. So if you have renovations and you're thinking about having a baby, do the renos first.
Yeah. Should we get into the celeb news?
Yeah. Moving into
Okay.
the next.
Yes. So I picked three random stories really quick, and one of them is just talking about it, and the other two we can probably give our opinions. But the first one, I thought would be interesting to read is the 2025 Grammy nominations are finally here.
Ooh,
So they've listed them. So I was curious to see who was going to be nominated. And I know that the Grammys, they nominate for a bunch of different categories, right?
and that's
So
only music, correct?
yes.
Okay.
So I think this one is for this list is for maybe artists of the year.
Ooh,
Um, so this is the 67th annual Grammy Awards, which is going to be February 2nd, 2025. Um, but so far it looks like people that are going to be nominated or artists that are going to be nominated is going to be Taylor Swift,
I knew it.
obviously,
That was going to be my
because
first
she's
guess.
just like killing it with the tours and everybody loves her. Um, I wonder if she's gonna be nominated for Album of the Year and Artist of the Year. I feel like she's gonna be in a bunch of categories.
Of course. And she might win a bunch.
All of them, yeah. And then I think Beyonce
Oh,
uh is being nominated. They said that she is now the artist with the most Grammy nominations in history.
that's strange. I mean, no hate, but she's not a fave of mine.
Yeah, I don't know.
And especially whatever's going on with being
P. Diddy.
uncovered with Diddy.
Yeah. I know. I don't really listen to her new music. Um, love her Destiny's Child and
Yes.
earlier music, but that's just like I'm
Like
always
no
stuck in,
scrubs.
yeah, I've been like stuck in the 2000s like my whole life with music. Um, who else? Oh,
I'm
Billie Eilish.
excited. Oh, I didn't even know she had anything new out.
Yeah, she came out with an album this year that was really well. I have never been like a huge fan, not that I didn't like her, but like she
Yeah.
just wasn't really my vibe. But this year, I've grown to really like her, and I originally liked her because I like her voice is crazy. Like
Hmm.
the tone of her voice and everything that she can do with her voice is wild. Like she's
And she's so creative
talented,
and and the
so
brother and
creative.
her, oh, love it.
Yeah. So I've grown to like be obsessed with her. And, I'm not like attracted to women, but
Yeah,
something about Billie Eilish.
she's got the
When I
vibe.
see her in interviews, she's very like charming.
Flirty.
Like,
Oh, I know.
you
I'm like,
look,
I would be like, stop.
yeah, I'm like blushing while I watch her like have an interview because she's like flirty. I'm like, Billy, stop.
Don't make me fall in love with
I
you.
have a boyfriend, Billy. Who else? Uh, Kendrick Lamar,
Oh,
Post Malone.
oh,
I love Posty, okay?
he's the sweetest person. Like,
He's
how can you
so
not love
sweet.
him?
I love him. Um, Also Charlie XCX. XCX.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't really know who that is either, and people really judge me for it because I guess
It's a
it's
boy
like
or a girl?
I think it's a girl. People really judge me for not knowing who that is, but like I don't know. And like maybe I know some songs, but I think she's like a new pop artist
Oh.
that people really like. But for the longest I thought people were saying Charlie SEX. And I was like, heck, like who is that? And then I thought they were saying Charlie XEX. But come to find out it's Charlie XCX, which
And that's a crazy arrangement
it
of letters.
all of it would be so random. So
Why
she's
can't it
on.
just be like Charlie X? Why does
Yeah,
it have
I don't, yeah, so I don't know. Other ones are Sabrina Carpenter, which I think she's gonna win some because she's like one of the hot pop artists right now. And I don't know if I'm saying this
I'm
name right.
waiting to hear Morgan
Chappelle,
Wallen, and I'm waiting to
Chappelle
hear
Roan.
I don't
I
know
don't
who
really
that
know
is.
who that is, but that's another one that people are liking that I'm hearing the name as. I don't know who that is. Um, Other than that, they mentioned something about Miley Cyrus,
Oh,
but I don't know if she's going to be nominated, maybe for her smash hit Flowers. I
I
don't know.
love flowers, but wasn't that last year? I mean,
Yeah, it just says, meanwhile, Miley Cyrus, who has been releasing music since the mid-aughts under her Hannah Montana persona, earned her first and second Grammy. So they might just be mentioning her, but maybe she's not a part of it.
I was really hoping to hear Jelly Roll again and Morgan Wallen, but Morgan Wallen doesn't really get a lot of that stuff because they don't approve of whatever he does.
Yeah, that's literally it. That's all of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so album of the year would be Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish, Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter, Brat by Charlie XCX, New Blue Sun by Andre 3000, Do Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier, The Tortured Poets Apartment by Taylor Swift, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess by Chappelle Roan.
We are
And then
not
they
hip.
have like Best R&B Album 1111 by Chris Brown. Come on. I love Chris Brown.
Do
So he better win. There's a lot on here. There's a lot.
they have country? I'm curious who they're.
Best, they have Best Pop Vocal, Best Dance Electronic Recording, Best Rock Performance, Best Rock Song, Best Alternative Music, Best Traditional R&B Performance, Progressive R&B, Rap Song, Best Spoken Word Poetry, Best Country Song. So Best Country Song is going to be The Architect by Shane McAnally, Casey Musgraves, and Josh Osborne, A Bar Song by Sean Cook, I Am Not Okay by Casey Brown, I Had Some Help by Louis Bell, Texas Hold'em,
Oh,
Brian Bates, Beyonce, Best Country Album. Wow, Best Country Album, Cowboy Carter by Beyonce. I forgot
that's
that that's like considered like a country album, I guess.
lame.
Wait, also F1 Trillion by Post Malone?
Yeah. He did song with Jelly Roll. He did a song
Oh
with Morgan
yeah.
Wallen. He did song with
Yes, yes,
Blake
yes.
Shelton.
Higher by Chris Stapleton, Deeper Well by
Oh,
Casey Musgraves, Whirlwind by Lainey Wilson.
oh, Lainey.
Um, yeah, not too many. So we'll see. But I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting.
Interesting lineup. So we'll see come February.
I wonder if
Um,
they'll be releasing any more or if that's it.
I know, I think that's it,
But
but
it shows me that we're not that hip. We're not. We
yeah,
don't know most of them.
I know. I'm like, I just know just like the main ones I feel like that everybody knows. But like the other ones, like Charlie XCX, I because I don't know if you hear people saying like, oh, it's a Brat summer, it's a Brat summer, because her
Never.
album is called Brat, and I think maybe she has a song called Brat too. But I just like, I don't know. I'm really
I feel
picky
like,
with like the new music I get into.
and I feel like who listens to the like you would know this if you listen to the radio all the time, but like who listens to the radio?
Right.
People you where like use their own music, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever.
hmm
I mean,
And I feel like now people find new songs from TikTok.
oh,
But if I hear a new song on TikTok and I don't know that artist, I'm not really
like,
like looking it up and trying to find it.
and
So it's like,
also,
yeah, I know that part of the song because it's in videos that like people upload or like, but like I don't actually know who that is and I don't really know that song.
and I feel like the way I hear like newer music, like the Minions 4 just came out on Peacock, and Arkham
Mhm.
and P went to see it when it was in the theater. And I didn't. So now that that's out, there's a song in it that Pharrell did, and it's really good. So I've been
Isn't
like,
it?
that song's been playing in my head, but
Oh
that's
my
like the
God.
only thing I know that's like new.
That's so funny. I know. I don't know. Okay, so this whole time I've been looking at you with this headband, and if you're only tuned in on Spotify, I really urge you to come in on the YouTube just to see this.
I'm afraid.
And I just, you're reminding me of somebody, and now that it's clicked in my head, I cannot unsee it. Do you want to take a guess?
Okay, is
It's
it a
definitely
cartoon?
the head, it's the headband and the hair.
Okay, is it a cartoon?
No,
Oh, it's an actual person?
it's an actual
Is
person.
it a woman? Is
No.
it Danny DeVito? Just kidding.
No.
Okay.
You're, you want me to tell you?
Okay, let me think for a second. Is it like a reality show? Is it a character show?
It's an old thing. It's an old thing.
Lucille Ball?
No.
Okay, you go. I don't know.
Okay. This whole time I feel like I'm doing a podcast with Cheech and Chong.
It's not a woman, it's a man.
Yeah, it's not a woman.
I thought you said it was a woman. I'm dying. Did you build
And
that?
who's the one with the headband and the longer hair? Cheech?
I think it's Cheech. I
I
think
think
it's
it is
Cheech
too.
Marin.
So that's who I wish you would have been for Halloween. You would have been such a good Cheech, and P could have been Chong.
Actually, it might be. No, it's Chong. It's Chong.
Oh, it is?
Yes, let's see. That is hilarious. I'm here for it.
So,
Oh, hi. Everybody just joined me, so don't mind if there's a little sound.
like, look at that.
Is it me? Our hair is definitely like the same color.
Okay, so shall we do the second story?
My God. She-
Oh my gosh.
My cute lap dog.
Okay, second story is about j.lo. And you
Ooh,
already know what it's j.lo. You already know what it's in regards to the men in her life. No hate on j.lo, but like kind of a little bit. Like she's just really like
the
going through 'em.
crazy part is like I thought it was going to be Ben Affleck.
Me
No.
too. Me too. I totally thought it was gonna be
And then
Ben.
like and then it was like, oh, they might be getting a divorce. And I was like, no way, no
No,
way.
they
And
didn't.
then boom, gone. So something's definitely going on there. What's going on?
Something is weird. Like at this
Watching
point, I
them.
feel like, is it j.lo? Like,
It's
is
after that many
she
men, it's got to be.
It's crazy. So it pretty much says Jennifer Lopez on the hunt for hot guys. Sources say Jennifer Lopez is set to date again after Ben Affleck's divorce. I'm
Like, let's
exhausted.
focus on yourself and your mindset. And if you just want to play around with hot guys, do it. But to like get in a full relationship, your kids get drugged through it. I mean, come on.
No, this is crazy. It says obviously she's showing Ben what he's missing, and insider told In
Is he
Touch.
missing
She's
anything?
never looked or felt better, and she's ready to date again. She's not looking for a serious relationship for now, but she is looking to have some fun. She's on the prowl again, the source added. Insiders also explained the impact the divorce had on j.lo, which she filed last August after the pair decided to split. The breakup with Ben really shook her up. She was devastated and put on a brave face in the weeks following the split. However, the snitch revealed a radical change in the mother actress. But then something shifted. She picked herself up and decided to move on. No more sulking. The big question now is who will she date next? In the meantime, insiders say that Jennifer is going through several dating options. Her ego needs a serious reboot, and being with hot guys is great medicine because they will fawn all over her and make her feel young and it like bleeped it out. Young and sexy? No.
Maybe.
It's a five-letter word.
That's
Young and
lame.
something and desirable again. She's in amazing shape and looks
She
fantastic, so
is
it's
like
not
body
hard for her
goals.
to find plenty of hunks that want to get with her. They'll all be vetted and will have to sign NDAs, but after that, it's game on. She is body goals. She looks great. She's
She's
aging
fabulous, but
fabulous.
the mindset is not okay. Like, go to therapy and help yourself. And I'm wondering what is the end to all these relationships? You know what I mean? Because it seems like it's going so well, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, done.
And it's fast. It's not like it's like
Like I
5 to
thought
10 year
A-Rod was it.
relationship. Yeah.
And A-Rod is so hot. He seems like such a nice guy, well accomplished. And then I
Yeah.
was like, okay, Ben Affleck, I guess it's a history thing. Cool. He's still hot, kind of a mess, but whatever.
Yeah.
And then,
I don't know. It's just getting kind of crazy. It was already getting crazy, and now it's really getting crazy. But I mean, whatever. If that's what
do
she
you
wants to
have
do.
a guess of her
But
next man,
I,
like that she goes public with?
let me think. Do you?
I like don't really have a specific name, but it's giving me like Kristen Cavallari vibes of like TikTok, young TikTok guys. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Like those three young guys. Kristen Cavallari dated one. It didn't work out, obviously. I think
Yeah.
it sounds fun and dandy to date somebody in their 20s when you're in your 40s. And they
Yeah.
look great. The women look great, but it's like the mind, the mindset, and like you already have kids. They might want to have kids, and you're already done with that phase of your life. And
Yeah.
also, like, just the like, you can't party as hard. I mean, you can't go as hard doing anything. And then, do you really want to? And then it's like these young guys, the lingo, the
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I see people like I see a 22-year-old man and I'm like, that that seems
It's
crazy to me.
wild.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
child. I
Like,
will have to be your
no.
mother.
Yeah. I know it is crazy. It is really crazy. I don't know. So we'll see. I am curious to see who she ends up dating next or going public with next.
She has not gone for anybody in the NFL or NBA, so maybe when somebody in one of those
True.
leagues.
Yeah, maybe.
But I
Which
can't
I
think of
wouldn't
any.
recommend because I feel like they're not really the type to want to settle down. And they're on the younger side too.
Is Chris
I don't
Humphrey
know.
single? Because I could see something like that, but maybe he's not
I
young
don't
enough.
know. I don't
Hmm.
know if he's single. Hmm.
Something like that is where my vision goes for her,
Yeah, I could see that.
but will it last? No.
I know. And it's just sad because it's like, do you want it to last? Do you not want it to last? Like, I
And
don't
like,
understand.
don't bring your kids into it.
Right. I don't understand what is with these marriages. Like, if it's not gonna work, I don't know. It's just crazy. Who knows? Who
And like a
knows?
divorce for us, like costs money, of course. But like for
Right.
them, even if it's like a prenup, they're still losing a significant amount of money to do that.
Yeah. The final story is about Jimmy Kimmel and Elon Musk.
Oh God.
You like Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Fallon is my favorite.
Me too.
But I don't mind Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not against him at all, but I just don't gear towards him as much as I love Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's never really done it for me.
However, I've been watching clips of like 50 Cent and Jimmy Kimmel, and I'm loving them.
Wait, I feel like I just started watching some of those too.
They keep popping up. I loved 50 Cent
Wait,
growing
was
up.
it about something to do with money with 50 Cent? He was talking
He,
about his money.
there was one where he like did a photo shoot and he brought all his money and he's like, I brought that much money to sit on. And he's like, couldn't you have just like done it like with fake money? And he's like, no, I couldn't.
No. I love him. He also seems like somebody that's really sweet and just like
In
a
one of
sweet
like the videos, he's
guy.
like, Jimmy Kimmel's like, okay, and he's like giving him questions to like answer, like, is a hot dog a sandwich? And he's like, no, it's a hot dog. And then like things like that, and then like he passes on one because he's like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or something like that, and he's like,
Yeah.
pass. And then the next like say something nice about Ja Rule, and he's like,
He's alive.
he's alive.
Yeah.
Like I love
Oh,
it.
that
I
was
love it. Well, he's alive.
alive.
Like I love it.
I know. And he's never really in any controversial stuff either, which is
No,
nice.
and he's so nice and like humble. Like one of the videos, he's like talking about his house. He's like, I'll never buy a house that big again. It's terrifying. I don't like going down my hall. Like it's too big and I only stay in one room. So I'm like, he's cute. And he was
Yeah.
like not part of all that
No.
P. Diddy stuff and he was like grossed out by him.
Yeah, he
So
is chilling. So good for him.
good for him.
Okay, so this pretty much says Jimmy Kimmel hits back hard at Elon Musk after being called nonsense puppet. Like, what is with these people being
What does that
so
even
rude these days?
mean?
It says Jimmy Kimmel claps back at Elon Musk after the Tesla CEO called him a propaganda puppet. The billionaire posted about the late night show host on Thursday on X, formerly known as Twitter, in response to Kimmel's video addressing Donald Trump's win in the 2024 US presidential election. Oh, because Elon it was for.
Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
It says Musk wrote in his post, Kimmel is an insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet. The 56-year-old host could not hold himself back, and as soon as came on live on Thursday's show, Kimmel took a brutal dig at Musk. Last night I shared some of my thoughts and feelings about what happened and how much I'm going to miss democracy and whatnot, and I heard from a lot of people about it. He told the live studio audience, Kimmel began, but none more prominent than the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who this morning tweeted, Kimmel is an insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet, which at least my children like me, you know? He mocked. Kimmel pointed at Musk's daughter, Vivian Wilson, who spoke ill about her father and labeled him a serial adulterer back in August on social media. I didn't know that.
He has so many kids. I don't know if you
Oh,
know
I
that.
did know that. Yeah.
I don't
Uh,
even know, besides these ones that have like crazy math names, I
yeah.
didn't really know he had other kids. And then I like saw that he had so many other kids.
Yeah, I actually think I did know that. I just forgot. Jimmy Kimmel said, "Listen, Kermit, you bought Twitter. You bought a social media platform that is literally a propaganda machine," Kimmel added. "Let me tell you something. If I spent 2 weeks trying to come up with a four-word description of Elon Musk, I don't think I could do better. I don't think I could do better than insufferable nonsense propaganda puppet." So pretty much he was just saying like, you're actually the insufferable propaganda puppet.
I think it's
No.
interesting because I feel like, do we really need to attack over people's freaking political views? Like, this is ridiculous.
I know. It's an argument that's gonna go nowhere.
And then I
Especially,
also feel like Elon bought Twitter. So, like, yeah, I guess you might as well use it. Like, people are like, he's on it all the time. It's like, well, if you paid that much money for something, I think you would
right,
be too.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
And I
I
saw
don't
like
know.
this podcast with Mark Cuban and Theo Vaughn. And Mark Cuban was like, I love Elon. He's super rich. Like, he's like, but he has thin skin. He's like, so I kind of take digs at him on purpose sometimes because I
Mm.
know that. And he gets like really pissed. Like, Elon gets so mad.
Which is interesting then. Like, then he shouldn't be making digs at other people. Like, if you can't handle it, don't. And also, it's like, why Jimmy Kimmel? You know?
There's so many other people to hit at.
Yeah. Like so like that's so crazy. Maybe because he felt like he's bigger than Jimmy Kimmel, so like, you
And
know.
also, it's like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Like that whole thing with
Right.
Spotify where they were trying to get Joe Rogan banned. Guys, nobody is forcing you to listen to it. If you don't
Right.
like it, turn it off.
Yeah.
Listen to something else.
Yeah.
So maybe
Elon,
he
change
like
the
happened
channel.
to see Jimmy Kimmel. But
Yeah,
it's like, then
so
don't watch
weird.
it. You don't have to make a rude comment about it.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, it's just like with the politics, it's that stuff is not going to go anywhere because they're both big people. And it's like, okay, you're just getting into an online argument. It's not going to go anywhere and it's not benefiting anybody. It's just like so dumb. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting because I would never see them two to
I know,
be
it's such a random.
in
Has
category
Elon
ever.
ever been on Jimmy Kimmel? I feel like Elon doesn't do Tonight shows.
Very interesting. Hi, Gred.
Also, I got a brush. I asked the groomer if you have a poodle, you need this brush. I asked the groomer what they use to brush her because I've bought other brushes and they say poodle brushes and they either break or they just don't do like when Alyssa was here visiting us.
Sorry, Gred. Cover your ears.
Sorry, Grant. I didn't do it. I like brushed her like almost every day when her hair gets long. And this brush is just not, like the brushes for poodles, they're not getting in their hair enough. So the brush is gnarly that I bought.
Yeah, I
And that's what
bet.
the groomers told me to buy. So, and it totally works. That's why her poof is so nice. But I was
Good.
brushing her ears, and then when I was like, oh my God, she still has a dreadlock.
The
And
dreadlocks
so
were crazy. It was like two huge dreadlocks. They were crazy.
and I could not get them out. And I was trying to brush them with the dang brush that I had got on Amazon. And yeah, it wasn't working. So I was like, I'm gonna have to cut it out. So I
Yeah,
get
it was
the
really bad.
scissors and I
She
start
nicked
cutting
her.
it out and I caught Greta's ear and she didn't make a sound.
She didn't make a single sound. She didn't pull away, nothing.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, she's bleeding.
It wasn't that bad though. It was just kind of like a little paper cut. It wasn't that bad.
So
Um,
don't cut dreadlocks out of your
poor
dog's
Greta.
hair. Get
Yeah.
this brush.
We were like, oh my God, we were like, P, you do it.
Help
Because
us.
the dread was so thick and it's like kind of close to the skin, but like, poor Gred. Sorry, Gred.
Sorry, Grid. She literally doesn't care. She's knocked out on all my limbs right now. My legs are falling asleep.
Oh my gosh, I bet. Little Greta girl. Well, that's the stories. Do we want to discuss the hot topic?
Yes, let's get into it.
I'll let you present it since you came up with it.
This hot topic, I think it's interesting. We're both not dating anymore and we won't be, but um, do you share food on your first, second, third date? Like on the first few dates when you're just like getting to know somebody, it's giving me friend vibes with like Joey and not wanting to share food. Like, do you share
I
food? Is that inappropriate?
I don't think it's inappropriate, but me personally, I would never on a first date. I'm like way too shy and
What
I'm
if he
already
was like, can I
in
have one
my
of
head.
your fries? Or like, can I try your meatloaf? I don't know what you.
Oh, yeah, I would be like, "Oh my gosh, go ahead." Go ahead. But like even if what they had on their plate looked so appetizing, I could not eat off their plate. I just like am too shy and I just have to get like really comfortable with somebody to be able to do those things. So if they were like, "Oh, do you want some of my salmon?" I'd be like, "No, thank you." Even in my
Nice.
head, I would like that looks so bomb. Like I wish I could have it. But I'd be like, "No, I'm okay." But I think other people that aren't as shy would be like, "Yeah, let me get half of that."
I would be like, yeah, take a bite. I don't think I would go out of my way to be like, have a bite of yours.
Right. But
Like,
if
can
the
I try your
conversation came
milkshake?
up, yeah.
But if he was like, do you want to try this? I'd be like, yeah, I do.
I also I am good at sharing, but also I'm not good at sharing. And Jamal gets upset at me because he'll be like, if we're like, "Oh, want to go get a smoothie?" And then he'll be like, "Do you want to just share a smoothie?" I don't. Like, I want my own smoothie. And I always am like, I mean, like, not really. And he's like, you never like to share. And I'm like, I know. But it's weird because then when I eat, I want him to try stuff. Like, I'm always like, oh, try this. I want you to try it. I want you to try it because I think you're gonna like it. And but then it's like when it's something that I like know he's already likes, I just don't like sharing stuff like that, you know? Like, I kind of just want my own. He's like, "Oh, want to share an iced coffee?" No, I
Yeah,
don't.
who's sharing a nice coffee?
Yeah.
No,
I'm like, "No, I don't." I
I
would
want
like,
my own freaking venti coffee.
yeah, because also like if he's like, "Oh, I just want like a sip or two." Yeah, right.
I'm gonna drink my whole thing.
You're not gonna fool me. Mm-mm. I'm having my
Still
own
my
thing.
coffee.
And I like to drink it at my pace. And if I want to save it for leftovers, those are my leftovers.
Yes, and like don't drink it all because you thought I was done.
Right, exactly. And like you're hogging it. I don't know. So I don't think I would. I think it would take me a few dates to get there to sharing food.
What about like a shared appetizer?
Yes, that's fine.
And do you drink? Like, what if he like gets some drink and is like, do you want a sip? Like, do you drink from the same straw in the first few dates?
I have no idea. I I don't know.
I feel like it depends. If you're gonna kiss him, you might as well just share it.
Yeah.
Like, not share it, but have a sip.
Yeah. I don't think a sip's wrong, but I don't know, like, do you take from their straw or do you just sip from the cup, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I
I just say no thank
have not.
no, thank you.
I haven't been on a date in a really long time, and I didn't date that much. Like before P, I dated the redhead. I'm not gonna put him out there. And I like can't remember sharing anything with him. But I feel like I didn't know him. Like that was like the craziest thing because
Yeah,
I was like
it was very
driving
like
there.
surface level.
Yeah, I was like driving there and like as we're going to a dance, we're already like boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm like, do you smoke weed? Like I'm just like, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Sleeping at your mom's house. This is
What's
crazy.
your middle name?
I literally don't think I knew. I
Yeah.
don't
You're
right
like, we
now.
didn't get that far.
So I feel like we never shared.
Yeah. I like sharing, but no, I don't like sharing. I don't like sharing, but I like for you to try some of my stuff and me to try some of your stuff, but I don't really want to share. I'm fine with shared appetizers, but if I'm getting my meal, like you just
Leave me
get
alone.
your meal. Yeah. And then if we want to share them, we need to decide before we order. Like, don't
And
put me on the spot and be like, you want half of this so I can have half of yours.
no.
I don't.
I feel like
Have a
I
bite.
always offer to share in my relationship. I'm always like, do you want some? And then he's like, oh yeah, I'll try it. But he like usually I'm like, oh, you ate the whole thing and I you didn't even ask me if I wanted any.
Yeah. So I feel the same. I feel like I'm always like, oh, you want some? Do you want to try this? I think you like it, or like it's so good, right? Do you want more? Like I'm down for that, but I'm not down for like, oh, what are you thinking of getting? Oh yeah, like the burger looks good. Oh yeah, do you just want to share that? No, I don't.
Especially because it's like I'd rather have leftovers.
Exactly. Like
I
I
can
don't
eat
want
it
to
for
share
lunch.
one item. I'm down to like share two items. You get one, I'll get one, and we can share.
Cut it in
Or,
half.
but like, yeah, I just don't like sharing like that because I want my own. It's like the little things in life. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was like the baby sibling that never got their own of anything. No. And I told him, I'm like, it's not my fault that like I never really had to share
I
when
was
I was
gonna say, I think
growing
it's
up.
because you're an only child and you never had to share anything. So you're like, no, not
Yeah,
sharing
but
with you.
even with the
It
other
hurts my
Alyssa and
leg.
Maddie, we never had to share stuff
Oh, that's a valid point.
because I don't know. I just like we never like had to share.
I don't know. My sister's like 10 and a half years older than me. We're not even on speaking terms. And I like literally don't remember us ever be like ever having the same interests. So I don't
Yeah.
think I ever shared food.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember that like my dad would freaking steal my leftovers though. And I would get so mad because I've come home from high school. I still remember this enchilada that I love. And I came home and I was like, oh my God, yes, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna eat my leftover enchilada. It's gonna be a good day. And then I get home and it's gone. And I'm like, and he didn't
That's
say anything.
that's the worst.
And I'm like, did somebody eat my enchilada? Obviously, it's just the two of us living there. So
Did
wouldn't
somebody, the
admit, I'm
only
like,
other person here?
that's crazy. I've been looking forward to it all day. What happened to my enchilada? And then
Yeah.
finally he was like, oh, yeah, I did eat that. I'm like, Dad.
Yeah. No, I also like with Maddie, like I was down to share, but these are people that I could not share with because my mom would be like, "Oh yeah, I bought a bag of hot Cheetos for you guys." Tell me why I wouldn't even get one and it would be finished. And I'd be like, "Where's the hot Cheetos?" Oh, I finished them.
We're
That was
sharing.
like a big bag for us to share. And I would complain and I'm like, Mom, like I don't ever get any of it. Like I want like a little bit here and there. I want it to
Buy the
last me
small
long.
bags.
Yeah, Maddie would like devour that shit in like 2 days. And I'm like, where are the hot Cheetos? Like they can't be gone already. They're
You
gone.
are so good at like, your mom always had the
The best
banging
snack.
snacks.
I know. And the
And
drinks,
you
the
would just
best
be
snacks
like,
and drinks.
whatever. And I'm like, your mom has those mini muffins. I want some.
I know. She would always stock up and I'd be like not phased by it. But yeah, so eventually my mom had to start buying us our own separate bags. She'd be like, I
Like, I
bought
bought
hot
hot
Cheetos,
chocolate.
and we would write our names on them because we wouldn't write our names on them. And then Maddie would finish hers. Mine would still be filled. Like, And then next thing I know, mine's gone. And she's like, I thought that was mine. I'm like, so
After
I
you already
grabbed
ate
a book
yours?
and I started like writing my name on it and her name on it. And I was like, don't touch mine. Like, I never get any. So I don't know. Yeah, I told her, I'm like, sorry, like I just like never really had to share. And not that I was like not good at sharing. Like I was such a sweet kid, so I would always share, but like I never had to share food really. And between me and Maddie, like I'm the password child. So they liked me more.
Oh my God.
Maddie would ask her dad, she'd be like, what's the password for this? And he'd be like, Alyssa07. Like, he's like, am I the password for anything? They're like, no.
No, sorry.
So yeah. And with Jamil, I'm the oldest and he's the youngest.
I was gonna
So
ask that. I don't know why I thought he was the oldest.
yeah.
How many
So
years apart are they?
I think they're 2 years apart.
That's close. I know. Argo, I feel bad because sometimes P and I, sometimes he leaves stuff there forever, and I'm like, I don't want to put it away. I'm just gonna eat it. And then like
Yeah.
later, he's like, "Where's my?" And I'm like, "Dang it!" I'm like, "Buddy, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Are you just kidding?" I'm like, "No, I'm not kidding. I did eat it. Sorry." I'm like, "I'll take you
Sorry.
tomorrow."
You should have done that Halloween candy prank on him that they all do where they're like, we have a confession. And the kids are like, what? And they're like, last night we got really hungry and we ate all the Halloween candy. And they're like, are you just kidding?
I'm just kidding.
And some of
Honestly,
them
he
are
didn't
like,
care.
yeah, some of them are like, no. And then other ones are like, it's okay. Don't do it again, okay? I saw one and she was like, it's okay. And then she's like, but just know I wanted some of that.
The best.
I'm like, cuties.
I know. Right now, he's like in the face. Like everything that happens is like, "You're gonna be fine. It's fine. You've got this. You're gonna be fine." I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh,
I'm like, "Who
thanks.
says that to you?"
You're fine,
Well,
kid.
I think we're good to end this here. This was a great
Yeah,
episode. I'm excited about this. We talked about
I know
so
it
many
was pretty
things.
long and I hope that it was enjoyable.
And please give us feedback. Please go see us on Spotify. We're really lacking in
Yeah,
Spotify. I think we need to put the link on our Instagram to the Spotify to direct people there.
yeah.
Also, we're going to try to do polls every week. Oh, and we didn't talk about our poll. Let's see
Oh
what our
yeah, did we
results
even get
were.
any hits on it?
We got some votes. Let's see. Not a ton. Um, but that's okay. We're just starting out. So actually, it's completely 50-50.
Oh,
Day after Halloween decorating, day after Thanksgiving decorating.
okay,
So
great. So we still don't have an answer. So
we don't
keep
have an
voting.
answer. Keep voting. Go follow us on Spotify, Dialogue Dolls Podcast. We're still not on Apple. Apologies about that. We got to figure something out there. We'll get there. Let us know where else you listen to podcasts because we'd love to be there. We highly recommend YouTube because you can see us. You need to see me looking like
Because you need to see
Chong.
my podcast partner, Chong.
Does Cheech wear a hat? Because if so, we're like perfect.
Oh my gosh, I know. Oh, I
My
wish you would
God.
have been Chong for Halloween.
There's always
I just
next.
can never look at you the same now. Like you will always be Chong in my eyes.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't wear headbands anymore.
Yeah.
But please go follow us, interact with us. We want to know what you think. We want to know. We have an Instagram, we have a TikTok. We are going to post on Instagram hopefully this week. I think we'll just
Yeah.
post a little more about us
Yeah.
and let us know what you want to see, what you want to know, what you want to hear about. If you want to hear
Yeah.
our hot takes, give us
Yeah.
topics. And
Yeah.
please go vote because every week when we do our hot take, we're gonna have in Spotify where you can vote about it. I
Yeah. So
guess we
you
could
can
also
share
put it
your
on
opinion
YouTube,
too. Okay.
do a poll on YouTube every week, but it's gonna be hard because I guess it'll just go up Monday with the
Yeah.
show.
Okay.
We'll see. But thank you so much for joining us, Dollies, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.